Today we're looking at the Audi SQ5. The Q5 from Audi came out in 2009, has been a huge hit. Audi is the fastest growing luxury car maker. They're still quite a ways behind BMW and Mercedes from the German makers, but they're making huge strides and outselling brands like Lexus here in Canada. Now the Q5 is a compact SUV and it's been out for quite a while. Here we are 2014, so we're waiting for it to be refreshed. And next year, Audi is bringing out a smaller Q3, which has already been for sale in Europe, to compete with BMW's X3 and the new GLA from Mercedes-Benz. So things are heating up. Now this SQ5 is the high-performance model. It comes with a supercharged six-cylinder engine with 354 horsepower. Now I'm a bit confused with this one. I picked it up and I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it doesn't look right. And then I realized why. They've got winter tires on this particular model and 19-inch wheels. This SQ5 comes with 20-inch wheels, and this one in the summertime will be fitted with 21-inch optional wheels. And that really is what makes the difference, is the wheel on the SQ5. Because from a distance, it doesn't really look that special. It's got a few things to let you know that it's an S model. First of all, on the front, you'll see a little bit of gray around the fog lights. You see the gray side mirrors. Obviously, you see T6 on the side, which means that it's a supercharged engine. Around the back, it's got a gray lower valance and 4 exhaust pipes, but that's really it. Nothing too dramatic in the styling front. But I gotta tell you, when you drive it, you know you're driving something special. And inside is also a study of what's good and what needs to be updated. With the SQ5, you get a slightly lower ride height, you get the bigger wheels as I mentioned, you also get a stiffer suspension, but what also comes standard is Audi's Drive Select system, which is improved from the first time I ever drove it. It used to have a really artificial feel to it. Now it feels much more natural, and I use this quite a bit. If I'm going on the highway, I like to have it in a more dynamic setting. When I'm sitting in city stop and go driving, I like to have it in the comfort mode. You can also do individual. You set things up like how aggressive the engine is going to be, the transmission, the steering, and even how much noise it lets into the cabin. It's kind of piped into the car to make it feel more aggressive. Now this engine in this vehicle is spectacular. It's a 3-liter supercharged engine with 354 horsepower and 347 foot-pounds of torque, and it'll make a run to 100 kilometers an hour in just 5.4 seconds. That's supercar territory from 10 years ago. And when you drive this, you don't feel like you're driving an SUV. Sure, you've got a slightly higher seating position, but you point this SQ5 where you want, and it goes there. It doesn't make any muss or fuss. It's really good. Now, I've always been a bit of a contrarian when it comes to Audi interiors. Everybody says they're the best in the business, and I say yes, they were the best in the business, but times have changed. For example, this car came out in North America in 2009, but there's so many improvements from other manufacturers that really make this one look like it's getting a little bit dated. First and foremost, the screen in the center of the dashboard is small in comparison to other manufacturers, and you've got the beautiful buttons and switches around the center console here that are all framed in real aluminum. They really do look fantastic, but the rest of the center console is covered in harder plastic. The dash is soft touch, but the lower parts of the center console and the lower parts of the doors are also covered in hard plastic. You look at vehicles like the BMW 3 Series that have soft touch materials in the center console and the lower parts of the doors. A lot of people say, why does it matter? Well, because it scratches and it can show age really quite quickly. Now that's stuff that could be addressed and refreshed. Audi has been a leader in interior design. This one, unfortunately, needs to be updated in the next little while. What is fantastic about this car is the seating position. You've got the wonderful steering wheel that's flat on the bottom. My wife got in this car and she says, my next car, I want to have a steering wheel like that, a big thick one you can hold on to. The shifter's in the right place. The seats are wonderfully covered in soft leather and they're so supportive, and the seating position is fantastic. All the windows are easy to see out of. Love the big panoramic sunroof that's included in this SQ5 model. So it has a lot going for it. I just think it needs a little bit of a refresh. Now, I always get lots of comments when I talk about BMW's iDrive and Audi's MMI. I will take Audi's MMI system any day over BMW's iDrive system. There, I've said it. Go ahead, make your comments. This is a very nice combination, this vehicle, because a lot of times you buy, like, say, the regular Q5 and you've got the turbo 4-cylinder. It's good on gas, but it doesn't have the dynamic feel. This engine, and this platform is fantastic in any situation. It's very docile in stop and go traffic. It's very dynamic when you want it to be in the corners. You point it where you want it to go and it goes there without any hesitation at all. So it passes with absolute ease. It does everything very well in the driving situation. The engine is a superstar, and the transmission is an 8-speed automatic. You can use the paddle shifters, you can leave it in sport or drive. It's got torque vectoring, it's got it all. And it actually comes at a very good starting price. It's the options that'll get you. The SQ5 starts at $57,000 or $59,600 for the Technique version we have here. Options include $3,200 for navigation, $1,000, which is worth it, for the upgraded 21-inch wheels, and $1,100 for the Harman Kardon stereo upgrade. The test unit you see here is $66,000. It's not cheap, but the SQ5 is one of the best driving experiences around.